A black woman by the name of Jannique Martinez, who lives in Virginia Beach, Virginia, says that since July, her family has had to endure recordings of loud screeching, monkey noises, and recordings of racial slurs directed toward their Virginia Beach home every time they leave or enter their residence. She claims her neighbor has set up motion sensors to detect the family's movements and harass them, but police, citing no physical confrontation or verbal threats, have said there's nothing they can do. This week, following national news attention, Martinez said the loud noises coming from her neighbor's home have finally stopped. But, she says, the neighbor continues to display dizzying strobe lights. She says, I feel like it shouldn't have to be violent to be against the law. Martinez told Yahoo News. She also says that the neighbor still has 8 cameras pointing directly at her home. She says, this isn't about me. Racism affects so many people in this country. No family should have to live with this kind of harassment. Martinez says that it began in 2017 when her neighbor began playing loud music about a year after the Martinez family moved into a cul-de-sac in Salem Lakes neighborhood. This past July, Martinez called local police to file a noise complaint after hearing what she describes as deafening music coming from the neighbor's home. The situation then got much worse, with the neighbor allegedly beginning to play loud sounds of monkeys. The family says they often heard the N-word coming from the neighbor's home. Earlier this week, footage of the neighbor's home, complete with pulsating lights, loud banjo music, and clips of South Park characters using the N-word. Martinez says her 7-year-old son is frightened by the neighbor. But when Martinez's family reached out to police to end the alleged harassment, they were told the neighbor had not broken any laws. That's crazy. Martinez believes if the roles were reversed or if she were a different skin color, there is no doubt something would be done. She says, I feel like if we were a white family, a lot more would have been done. Some legal experts reached out to say that police can in fact intervene in the case. Kim Mazaru, a professor at the University of Virginia School of Law, believes the police inaction on the outrageous situation is a cause for concern. He also says that the neighbor's alleged behavior may run afoul of the fighting words doctrine that allows the government to sometimes step in when language could entice violence. And also Martinez was a service person. She fought for the country in the military. And now she's home to go through this mess with her neighbor. But like me, family, that's why I always live amongst my own kind. But I'm always going to be around the majority of black people. That's just the bottom line. And you have to look at it that way. It's best that you be around your own kind instead of being around another group of people. Because if things go left, you're left out there by yourself. When you're amongst your own, if things go left, at least you're amongst your own. You're not left out there by yourself. We see it time and time again. Black people move into these white neighborhoods. Their children get harassed. They get harassed. You know, because you're dealing with ignorant people, right? Like Martinez. She's dealing with an ignorant neighbor. And you know what else is crazy to me? When white people move in black neighborhoods or any other group of people move in a black neighborhood, the black people invite them with open arms. They don't get harassed. You know, you might have, something between a kid and a kid, But overall, they live amongst black people forever. But we move into some of these neighborhoods and you get harassed, taunted, and end up in a physical altercation. You end up having to basically move about those areas, even though people still want to stay in those areas. Even though in her case, yeah, it's one guy and the rest of the neighbors are going against him. But think about it. Law enforcement is not even going against him. They're saying he's doing nothing wrong. But it's harassment, because that's the type of harassment. I understand the police saying they can't do nothing about it, but that's the type of harassment that could provoke things to become violent. And that's why you have to nip things like that before they get out of control and then somebody winds up dead. Yeah, I figure she's ex-military. What if she just, I've had enough, and blows him up? See, that's what they have to think about. And even him, he's over here harassing this woman and don't even know her background. You don't know what she did while she was in that military. She could have been special ops, special forces, who knows, because it doesn't tell us. But you definitely have to be careful when you're bothering other people. And it's just odd, it's bad that you can't even move to a certain place where you want to move to without somebody harassing you. But for people, you have to be careful, because you might harass the wrong person, or you might just push a person to the limit and make them break. You push them to their breaking point. We don't know the end results, but it'll most likely probably be bad. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
I'm not who you think I am. Your perception is a lesson with a fail grade on it. Steady living life like I would never see the morning. True shit, man, I'm more than pain, I'm more than stain on sidewalk, I'm more than black skin on my face. Destined to be great, gotta elevate mind. Elevation is the game that I gotta play, gotta win, gotta find escape to a better day.